This conference will now be recorded.
Good morning, this is Jack from Charting the Markets, and this is the pre-market webinar for the morning of Monday, the 26th of August. My disclaimer, I do this for educational purposes only. I'm here to share my technical analysis with you. I hope you can take some of what I'm doing and learn from it, transfer it to your own charts. I'm not here to issue trading signals. Right, okay, we've got pretty high here. We've retested this high. We could see a bit of a retracement here, but I'm not really expecting to see one. I'm leaning towards seeing a retest of this high this week. And I would be surprised if we didn't get one. Technically, we do have a double top here, but that's always the case after a retracement, which has recovered everything. So I'm not really expecting that to deliver anything, but I have marched in and I am watching it. In terms of NQ, we've got what looks like a bull flag forming. Could see another low within that flag potentially. We will see. RTY. RTY, we've got a possible 60-minute buy, sell signal brewing. Sorry, that should be a sell. Hang on 1 second. I'm thinking we might see a bit of a retrace when we start today. I'm not expecting it to go the distance and start challenging the lows last week, but I think we might see a bit of a retrace. But again, here a retest of this high looks within relatively easy distance. It also looks in an easy distance on YM. I would say we've got a couple of patterns here. On YM, this is a rising wedge, but we'll have a look at it on Dow where it is a channel. DAX and ESDX. DAX is still on a 60-minute sell signal, but has gone higher. ESDX is still on a sell signal and has gone a little higher, but not a lot. Let's have a look at the RTH charts. Okay, on ES, we're getting to the stage where with the retest of this high, which we've just seen overnight, of course, we could get an RSI 5 sell signal brewing. I'm expecting to go a little higher and retest this high. It could be that we're forming a larger flag here. And we saw a sharp retracement from here. I'm not seeing a lot of sign of it, but if that fixed, of course, then that would be different. Need to see a retest of this high in RTH, this high here, to set up a possible RSI 5 sell signal brewing on the daily as well. New weekly pivot as at 56.09. Looking at the 60-minute chart, we've got an RSI 14 sell signal fixed, leaning towards seeing a retest of this high soon. And if we look at the 5-minute chart, we've got a rising channel here from 5195. Finally got my retracement. As I was saying, if you get retracements, you start getting trend lines, and we've got a trend line here. So if we were watching to see with interest, obviously, whether this holds today, but if it fails, then we've got a decent shot at least a short-term retracement, and we've got a little double top that could get us back into about the 54.80 area. But although I'm not thinking we'll go particularly far, but we could get that far. 15-minute chart, no current divergence, but you can see obviously the channel here, and it's nice. And I've got another one on Dow. Again, another nice channel. If we head off to channel resistance, we could do some serious damage. This is rising fast and is some distance away. On SPX, I would have that in about I think we've got that in about the 57.20 to 57.30 area. So that would be a sizable move if we were to see it, and we could see it. Looking at NDX, this is the only one where I didn't really have a pattern on the 5-minute chart. With the retracement last week, we didn't quite make it to the rising support, and it wouldn't have given us a channel if we had. We've got an RSI 14 buy signal fixed on the 15-minute chart. All right, let's have a look at the IWM chart where I haven't got as nice a pattern here, but I've got a decent little megaphone from these lows here. So watching this with interest and watching this rising support trend line here in the currently in about the 214 area and change. 15-minute chart, no current divergence. Hourly chart, no current divergence either. We've now come up far enough, having had a real burst of speed at the end of next week, where a retest of this high 228.63 is on the table. All right, let's have a look at the DX chart. Now, DX has gone down a long way. We've got a week 60-minute buy signal fixed, and I'm thinking we may see a bit of a rally here. I was talking about the possibility on Friday morning as well, or that might have been in yesterday's bigger picture webinar. On ZB, still looks like a rising wedge, and still looks as though we might see a larger breakdown here. We will see. CL, we've seen a very nice move up. We're over the weekly pivot. We're coming up towards the monthly pivot at 77, 73. I would say we're already over the daily middle band, which I've got in about the 75.50 area. So we are looking pretty good to potentially go higher. We're looking a little overbought short term. No current divergence though. NG. NG needs to turn around if this IHS is going to deliver. The IHS still looks great, but the ideal right shoulder low is in the 220 area, and we've now got down as low as 212, 213. We've got a 60-minute bicycle fixed. I would like to see this turn back up. I think this has a very good shot at making the target, which would be in about 285 area, but first, of course, it will need to break up. That bit is important. We will see. All right, GC. GC, no current divergence. Looks as though it's going to head back up into a retest of this high, SI. Wondering whether this is going to make the target. It's not been showing a huge amount of enthusiasm getting up there, but we are at some resistance on gold here, up here in the 25.70 area. So on SI, we've got targets in the 31.25 and 32 area. On HG, HG, is this an IHS breaking up? It's not a great quality IHS breaking up. If it is, could be. I'd be more inclined to read it as an asymmetric double bottom. This could be that, and of course we have broken over the declining resistance trend line. USD. Looks as though it's turning down, nice looking rising wedge, and I've got a target trend line in about the 1.08 area. GBP USD. No current divergence, and no pattern. Obviously, we made the IHS target, which was nice. USD JPY, wondering whether we're going to make it turn to this target here at a retest of this low. We will see. This kind of looks like a flag, and I'm leaning towards this breaking up in a rally for the dollar. USD CAD, possible 60-minute buy signal brewing. It would be a full-sized buy signal brewing if we had a bit more definition with the two lows here. But it's not bad. Possible wedge support, which is holding at the moment. Waiting to see if that delivers. Australian dollar. Could be turning down a bit, no divergence. NZ could be turning down a bit, no divergence. All right, let's have a look at KC. KC, we've got a possible overall double top here, and we've got a possible head and shoulders forming here. That might disappear today, but I drew in the neckline in case it delivers. SB is trying to break up from the double bottom resistance. It hasn't quite made it to that resistance yet, and we are looking a little overbought short term. But if we see a sustained break up over 1890, then we would have a target which would be in about the 20.3 area. On SB, still could be a bear flag, but I'm getting a little high, wondering about a break up towards the retest of this high here in the 9,000 area. On CT, I'm trying to break up for a double bottom. 60-minute sell signal has fixed. Targets are up here in about the 75 to 75.4 area. On ZW, no real bottoming setup here, but we do have a possible 60-minute buy signal brewing, which I'm keeping an eye on. Corn, 60-minute buy signal fixed, not showing any signs of turning back up though. Soy, looks as though it is rejecting back into this low. No current divergence. Lumber, looks like a bull flag forming at the moment. Not really expecting to see anything more than the monthly pivot on the downside. Live cattle, nice looking resistance trend line. I've got that up in about the 179 area. Break above that would be a significant bullish break, setting up potentially a retest of this high here. And on lean hogs has retested this high here, so it made the flag target and is continuing higher at the moment. No current negative divergence. All right, let's have a look at questions and recap ES. Okay, on ES, some potential for a pullback, wondering if we're going to see a little bit of a pullback today, but bigger picture, we're likely to be heading towards the 57.22 target, and I'm expecting to see that made this week in all probability. NQ looks like a short-term bull flag forming. I'm liking the upside here. We are looking at a little overbought short-term, and we might see a bit of a pullback at the beginning. We shall see. All right, great. In that case, I think that's a wrap, guys. My pleasure as always. I'll have everything posted as soon as possible, and I'll catch you guys later.